academic achievement, among others. Information in the table indicated an overall mean of 4.2. This was a reflection of a high impact of attitudinal adaptation on academic achievement among secondary school students. Among the attitudinal adaptation factors that had moderate impact on effectively. The students' interest in learning and the highest impact on academic achievement with a mean of 4.48 and a standard deviation of 0.93. Students were also required to indicate their general attitude towards their school. The findings were represented in the figure and indicated that majority of boys and a good attitude towards school as compared to that of girls. The students who had a bad attitude towards the school comprised of about 35.6% boys and 6.1% girls. More girls, 13.9%, than boys, 9.4%, exhibited a very good attitude towards their school as seen in the figure. School counselors were also required to respond to their perception on impact of attitudinal adaptation factors on academic achievement among students. Some of the items they were to respond to were like: student acceptance of their school influences their academic achievement positively. Students' acceptance of their home environment has a positive influence on their academic achievement. Students who feel happy during the school opening days achieve better academically. And students who enjoy their school life perform well academically. These were some items among many others. The information was presented in the table indicated a reflection of high attitudinal adaptation and academic achievement in secondary schools. Among the attitudinal adaptation factors that had a moderate impact on academic achievement was students' perception of impromptu inspections done in school. This had a mean of 2.92. The students' interest in learning and the highest impact on academic achievement with a mean of 4.75. Detailed information was gathered from deputy principals by means of an interview schedule. The respondents were required to indicate their perception of students' general attitude toward their school. Most of the deputy principals agreed that students had a positive attitude towards the school. Some aspects of school that students appreciated were like the school infrastructure, their teachers, the entertainment programs, sports activities, class discussions, school uniform, and even the performance of their schools. Further, the deputy principals were required to relate their attitude towards the school and academic achievement. The response indicated a positive relationship between attitude and academic achievement. The students who had a positive attitude towards the school were reported to be more likely to concentrate on studies and rank higher academically. However, those students who did not like their school tended to spend more time on complaining, indiscipline issues, and were frequently sent away from school. This translated into dismal academic achievement. To compare gender differences in the impact of attitudinal adaptation on academic achievement in public secondary schools, t-test statistics was computed, and the results indicated that there was no significant difference in impact of attitudinal adaptation on academic achievement between boys and girls. Thus, the researcher made the following recommendations. 1. School administrators may need to restructure the school programs and physical appearance in areas like reblading, infrastructure, school uniform, academic activities, the general image of the school, so as to enhance the attitude adaptation, which has a positive impact on academic achievement. 2, the Ministry of Education may consider putting in place policies that ensure learner-friendly school environment. This may be achieved through setting minimum standards regarding the physical size of classroom, offices, school restaurants, nature, and the quality of furniture and maintenance. School counselors also may need to design programs aimed at facilitating students' attitudinal and adaptation, which may include inspiration and motivation sessions. The teachers may also be encouraged to facilitate students' positive attitude towards various subjects. Thank you for listening to me. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
City Sounds Production.
Thank you very much, Madam Grace, for that good presentation. It was good that the attitudes do affect our learning institutions. And we would like to go to the next level where we would like to know there are some questions from the at least 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
City Sounds. Alexis on the beat.
Yesu kwa kusafiwa na kuoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Neema yake umemwagiwa, umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Kuoshwa kwa damu itutakasayo ya kondoo. Siwe safi uone upendo, umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Kwa mwatema daima mkombozi, na kuoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Yako kwa sulubiwa makazi, umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Kuoshwa kwa damu itutakasayo ya kondoo. Siwe safi uone upendo, umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Oshwa kwa damu ya ichuta kasayo yako siwe safi uone umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo.
Wapate sikia mazuri ya Mungu, vile ni mwema kwetu.
Sisi ni bure bila Mungu, tulivyo navyo ni vya Mungu. Kufanikiwa ni Mungu tu, utabaki na Mungu. Nadhani wamwelewa Mungu, si Mungu wa kushindwa kitu. Kwa wengi amefanya kitu, na sasa wanasifu.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako. Najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu. Najifunza wanipenda, nishete na wengine. Bwana, nakutuma wimbo. Uende kwa yule ukambariki. Mwambie akuambie ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki. Nenda nyumbani, kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu. Nenda
nyumbani popote wimbo, enda wimbo, neno la Bwana Mungu wetu likita juu ya kitu, alitarudi bila kitu, lazima litimie. Umeomba kitu kwa Mungu, huyu ndiye Mungu wa vitu, kupata na kukosa vitu, wamzi bado hii.
Asante kwa baraka. Ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki. Nenda nyumbani, kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu. Nenda wengine wakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, wambie mazuri ya Mungu. Wimbo wengine tu wakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, tena papata wimbo. Nenda wimbo, nakutuma wimbo, uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda
Mwambie
makuu ya Mungu, ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki watu. Nenda
ufike
nyumbani, kazini,
wimbo,
uende na Mungu,
enda wimbo,
usishindwe kitu. Nenda nakutuma
wimbo,
uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda
mwambie
makuu ya Mungu, ile kuinua watu. Natamani nitoe shuhuda kupitia wimbo, nimtete Mungu, mataifa wapate sikia mazuri ya Mungu, vile ni mwema kwetu.
Sisi ni bure bila Mungu, tulivyo navyo ni vya Mungu. Kufanikiwa ni Mungu tu, utabaki na Mungu. Nadhani wamwelewa Mungu, si Mungu wa kushindwa kitu. Wengi amefanya kitu na sasa wanasifu.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishe na wengine. Bwana nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda mwambie akuya Mungu ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki. Nenda usije nyumbani kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu. Nenda usije
wimbo sema na yule we rafiki wa wote, una upaguzi wimbo. Nenda wimbo kwenye gari, wambie ofisini, kazini, nyumbani, popote wimbo. Nenda wimbo. Neno la Bwana Mungu wetu likitamka juu ya kitu, halitarudi bila kitu, lazima litimie. Umeomba kitu kwa Mungu, huyu ndiye Mungu wa vitu, kupata na kukosa vitu, wamzi bado yeye.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishe na wengine. Bwana nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda mwambie akuya Mungu ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki. Nenda usije nyumbani kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu. Nenda.
Wengine tuwakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, wambie mazuri ya Mungu.
Wimbo
Wengine tuwakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, nenda papata wimbo. Nenda wimbo.
Nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda
mwambie
akuya Mungu ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki watu. Nenda
ufike
nyumbani kazini,
wimbo
uende na Mungu.
nenda wimbo.
Usishindwe kitu. Nenda nakutuma
wimbo
uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda
mwambie
akuya Mungu ile kuinua
watu,
ile kubariki. Nenda
ufike
nyumbani kazini,
wimbo
uende na Mungu.
nenda wimbo.
Usishindwe kitu. Nenda. Natamani nitoe shuhuda kupitia wimbo, nimtete Mungu, mataifa
sikia mazuri ya Mungu, vile ni mwema kwetu.
Sisi ni bure bila Mungu, tulivyo navyo ni vya Mungu. Kufanikiwa ni Mungu tu, mtabaki na Mungu. Nadhani wamwelewa Mungu, si Mungu wa kushindwa kitu. Wengi amefanya kitu na sasa wanasifu.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishete na wengine. Bwana nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda mwambie akuambie ile kuinua ile kubariki, nenda Tuwani kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu, nenda
Wimbo sema na yule, we rafiki wa wote, una upaguzi wimbo. Nenda wimbo, kwenye gari wambie, ofisini kazini, nyumbani popote wimbo. Nenda wimbo, neno la Bwana Mungu wetu, likitamka juu ya kitu, halitarudi bila kitu, lazima litimie. Umeomba kitu kwa Mungu, huyu ndiye Mungu. Bado yeye.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishete na wengine. Bwana nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda mwambie akuambie ile kuinua ile kubariki, nenda nyumbani kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu, nenda.
Wengine tuwakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, wambie mazuri ya Mungu,
wimbo.
wengine tuwakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, nenda popata wimbo, nenda wimbo,
nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda
Mwambie
akuya Mungu, ile kuinua
watu,
ile kubariki, nenda
ufike
nyumbani kazini,
wimbo,
uende na Mungu,
nenda wimbo,
usishindwe kitu, nenda nakutuma
wimbo,
uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda
mwambie
akuya Mungu, ile kuinua
watu,
ile kubariki, nenda
ufike
nyumbani kazini,
wimbo,
uende na Mungu,
nenda wimbo,
usishindwe kitu, nenda. Nitoe shuhuda kupitia wimbo, nimtete Mungu, mataifa wapate sikia mazuri ya Mungu, vile ni mwema kwetu.
Sisi ni bure bila Mungu, tulivyo navyo ni vya Mungu. kufanikiwa ni Mungu tu, mtabaki na Mungu. Nadhani wamwelewa Mungu, si Mungu wa kushindwa kitu. Kwa wengi amefanya kitu na sasa wanasifu.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishe na wengine. Bwana
na kutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda
wambie
akuambie ile kuinua ile kubariki. Nenda nyumbani, kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu. Nenda wimbo sema na yule we rafiki wa wote, una upaguzi. Wimbo nenda wimbo kwenye gari, wambie ofisini, kazini, nyumbani, popote. Wimbo nenda wimbo. Neno la Bwana Mungu wetu likitamka juu ya kitu alitarudi bila kitu, lazima litimie. Umeomba kitu kwa Mungu, huyu ndiye Mungu wa vitu, kupata na kukosa vitu, wamzi bado yeye.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishe na wengine. Bwana
na kutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda
wambie
akuambie ile kuinua ile kubariki. Nenda nyumbani, kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu. Nenda
wengine tuwakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, wambie mazuri ya Mungu.
wimbo
Wengine tuwakisikia wimbo wisi wanapona, tena papata wimbo. Nenda wimbo
na kutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda mwambie akuya Mungu ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki watu. Nenda ufike nyumbani, kazini, wimbo uende na Mungu. Nenda wimbo, usishindwe kitu. Nenda na kutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki. Nenda mwambie akuya Mungu ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki. Nenda ufike nyumbani, kazini, wimbo uende na Mungu. Nenda wimbo, usishindwe kitu. Nenda
nitoe shuhuda kupitia wimbo, nimtete Mungu, mataifa wapate sikia mazuri ya Mungu. Ile ni mwema kwetu.
Sisi ni bure bila Mungu, tulivyo navyo ni vya Mungu. Kufanikiwa ni Mungu tu, mtabaki na Mungu. Nadhani wamwelewa Mungu, si Mungu wa kushindwa kitu. Kwa wengi amefanya kitu na sasa wanasifu.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishe na wengine Bwana.
Nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda
mwambie
akuambie ile kuinua ile kubariki, nyumbani kazini uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu, nenda
ufike ufike
wimbo sema na yule we rafiki wa wote, una upaguzi wimbo, nenda wimbo kwenye gari wambie, ofisini kazini nyumbani popo wimbo. Neno la Bwana Mungu wetu likitamka juu ya kitu halitarudi bila kitu, lazima litimie. Umeomba kitu kwa Mungu, huyu ndiye Mungu wa vitu, kupata na kukosa vitu wamzi bado yeye.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishe na wengine Bwana.
Nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda
mwambie
akuambie kuinua ile kutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda mwambie akuambie Mungu ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki watenda, ufike nyumbani kazini wimbo uende na Mungu, nenda wimbo usishindwe kitu, nenda nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda mwambie akuya Mungu ile kuinua watu, ile kubariki, nenda ufike nyumbani kazini wimbo uende na Mungu, nenda wimbo usishindwe kitu, nenda.
Nitoe shuhuda kupitia wimbo, nimtete Mungu, mataifa wapate sikia mazuri kwetu.
Sisi ni bure bila Mungu, tulivyo navyo ni vya Mungu, kufanikiwa ni Mungu tu, tabaki na Mungu. Nadhani wamwelewa Mungu, si Mungu wa kushindwa kitu. Wengi amefanya kitu na sasa wanasifu.
Asante kwa baraka za upendo wako, najifunza wabariki, wapatie na wengine. Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda, nishe na wengine Bwana.
Nakutuma wimbo uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda
mwambie
akuambie ile kuinua ile kubariki, nenda
ufike
nyumbani kazini
uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu, nenda ufike,
Wimbo sema na yule, we rafiki wa wote, una ubaguzi wimbo. Nenda wimbo.
Asante kwa baraka za maisha yangu, najifunza wanipenda na wengine
na kutuma
wimbo
uende kwa yule ukambariki, nenda
wambie
akuambie ile kuinua
watu
ile kubariki, nenda
ufike
nyumbani, kazini, uende na Mungu, usishindwe kitu, nenda
wengine tuweke
nenda
wambie
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come after another break. We are to go out for some moments so that we can have some fresh air. We are back again so that we can have the next presenter in this panel or in this presentation or in this section. Where the last time when we were reading, we were having Grace Murevi, who was presenting to us the impact of attitudes towards learning or towards achievements. Our next presenter will be Joseph Mudungi Kirugua, who will be presenting to us Afrocentric teaching methodology and societal norms among secondary schools learners in Meru County, Kenya. So with that, let me welcome Dr. Joseph Mudungi Kirugwa to do the presentation. Welcome, Joseph.
Afrocentric teaching methodology and societal norms in Meru County, Kenya. Afrocentric teaching methodology refers to the methods of teaching that were used by the traditional African societies to instill discipline in their learners or to inculcate desirable norms among their learners. The society or any society in the world expects its school system, through the teaching methodologies that they employ, to inculcate desirable societal norms among the learners, so that at the end of the course of the study, the learners manifest the behaviors that society desires them to manifest. However, we realize that the presence or manifestation of undesirable behaviors among the learners compels the society members to question the methodologies used by the school teaching system to inculcate societal norms. And that leads to societal norms among the learners or the school learners. And the standard was guided by the hypothesis that there is no statistics Africans or strives to put Africans in their right place without denying others their right place. The methodology that was used in this study was descriptive research design and the correlation teaching methodology. And the leading statement that attracted highest meaning score was active participation of learners in learning experience. Agree and strongly agree. A correlational analysis was also done, and a correlation coefficient of 0.51 the relationship was significant. Of the regression model, the results were 2.892 and a sig of 0.000, again, which was less than 0.05. And therefore, the model again proved significant. For a unit increase in societal norms, or a unit increase in Afrocentric teaching methodology, translated into increase in societal norms by a factor of 0.583. And therefore, it was concluded that integrated Afrocentric teaching methodology contributes significantly to enhancement of societal norms among secondary school learners at 5% level. Therefore, from that conclusion, for integration of Afrocentric teaching methodologies into our Kenyan school system to enhance societal norms among the school learners. Thank you.
That's a good presentation about Afrocentric teaching and societal norms. We are in the learning process. I believe you have handled some knowledge in our teaching profession about pedagogies and how to do better meaningful learning in our learning institutions. Because we have allowed the 2 minutes or 3 minutes as we wait for the next presenter, I would like to know whether there could be some questions in the public plenary. If there are no questions, so that the next presenter himself. Come and give a presentation. That's for one.
Daima mkoma ya kondoo, siwe safi kuonye upendo umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Takapokuja Bwana umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo, yachukue yaliyo na takataka na uoshe kwa damu ya kondoo. Huoniki kilichotiririka na uoshe kwa damu ya kondoo. Kuoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo itutakasayo ya kondoo, siwe safi uone upendo umeoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo. Kuoshwa kwa damu ya kondoo.
Thank you, participants, for these insightful presentations. Now we are continuing with our presentations, and our next presenter will be Dr. Denis, presenting on the effects of metacognition on students' problem-solving abilities in public secondary schools in Thaaka sub-county. Welcome, Denis.
Denis Obote. I'm here to present you a paper from a research done in Thaaka South Sub-County, Tharaka Nithi, Kenya. Welcome. In this paper presentation, it is entitled The Effects of Metacognitive Teaching Strategies on Students' Problem-Solving Abilities in Public Secondary Schools in the Tharaka Nithi South County, Kenya. The synopsis of this is that in the study investigating the effect of metacognitive teaching strategies on the students' problem-solving abilities, and the main basis of metacognitive teaching strategies is that they are multidimensional knowledge approach, where the learners will use beyond the normal 5 senses of learning. And in this study, we concluded that metacognitive teaching strategies will always improve the learners' problem-solving abilities. Let's go to look at what made us come up with this research. It is known that mathematics is one of the key, or it is one of the pillar subjects for technological advancements and even industrial revolution. But when we have inadequate learners or students or professionals in mathematics, we are in a precarious situation whereby we may have an insecurity of food production, poor health services, and clean environments, and coined in the 1970s by a man called John King, and also think roundly as they discuss of what they are thinking. Problem-solving ability, those are the skills, the ambitions, or those abilities will make a learner understand some things without with easiness. Was in a normal life situation or in the layman's world, and in the layman's language, back, or you can look back what you have done. The objective of this study was to investigate exactly how metacognitive their problems. On integrating metacognitive teaching strategies, we realized that the students became autonomous and more effective in computations. In a study conducted by Catherine Selmo and Kervin in part of Kenya, in the western part of Kenya, the result of the findings indicated that students could improve their problem-solving abilities once they were exposed to metacognitive ideas or theories. Finally, we realized that even the theory of Vygotsky in socio-constructive theory, socio-constructivity theory, that it is potential for a learner to understand beyond the CNPD, where we say it is the span or it is the zone of proximal development. That is the difference where the student or the learner will earn some more understanding beyond what he knows and what he has been given by the peers or by those people who are older than him or her. For the methodology, we applied the quasi-experimental research design of two group pretest, post-test design. In this design is whereby we have two groups, a control groups and an experimental group. The first group will do some treatments. After that, there will be a pre-test, then a treatment, then a post-test. But for the second group, it will just be given a post-test. After doing some analysis, we want to see whether the two groups will have a difference. And in this is our boys and the girls, and this was done purposefully because of the gender background. We had the experimental groups and the control groups, and the total number of the participants were 145. In the data analysis, we were to do the data analysis for this was the instrument. PSAT was an instrument to our using. It was a problem-solving ability test. We give them the pre-test as before to find their entering behavior, to see whether how was their behavior. Those who have been exposed to this system and those who have not been exposed to metacognitive. And we are to do it a test of a t-test and ANOVA when we are to be doing the data analysis. The pre-test of the PSAT was this. After getting the mean, I can't get it. After getting the means, we realized that we need the t-test to see whether the means, we had done a mean somewhere where we had to find that the mean differences were minimum. But after that, we realized that after subjecting to the t-test, the difference, this was the mean. Before, after, this is a pre-test mean and the standard deviation of the PSAT. We realized that the entry behavior was almost the same, but we wanted to find out, was there any significant difference with that mean? We found that there was a significant difference. There was no significance between because the t-test at p equals 0 was less than this figure. And then we assumed, we concluded the two groups were of the same entry behavior. After that, we did a treatment for 5 weeks. Then we give them a post-test, whereby the means and improved by almost double from 1.26 to around 2.67. This mean also we wanted to know, we want to subject this one also to a t-test and also to ANOVA so that we could conclude or we could find out about our hypothesis. After subjecting to ANOVA, we realized that by F-test, then it had to reject our hypothesis because this was behold what we are expecting. And that way, we rejected the null hypothesis where we were saying there was no significant difference. There was no significant difference between the students who have been exposed to metacognitive strategies and those who have been not exposed to. In the result, this led to the rejection of our narrow hypothesis that there is no significant statistical difference between the problem-solving student and between the students exposed to the metacognitive strategies and those who are not exposed. For the findings, they showed that when the students are exposed to these strategies, they do improve in problem-solving abilities. In our conclusion, we concluded that the student exposure to metacognitive teaching strategies was an added advantage for them to learn mathematics. And for recommendations, we are recommending that the teachers in high schools or secondary schools, they apply these more innovative ways of teaching, these new modern ways of teaching for the learners to have those better skills in mathematics and even for computations. And let me say we appreciate for listening to our presentation. Thank you. Shalom.
Denis Obote for your presentation. And I think now the next presenter will be Susan Kagwira Delta. Before we go to the next presenter, about 2-3 minutes, then we can go to Patrick and have any questions. If there are no questions, let us now go to the next presenter, Susan Kagwira, who will be presenting on the personal related factors that influence career trends in education among students in the public tertiary colleges in Imenti sub-county. Please welcome. Thank you.
My name is Susan Kagwira Muthiora. I am a student at Thaaka University College. I'm taking my PhD in counseling psychology. My topic is personal factors that influence career trends in education among students in public tertiary colleges in Imenti North sub-county. When you look at the introduction, we are trying to ask ourselves, what is career? Career is an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life with opportunities for progress. We are also saying that it is a sequence of positions, jobs, or occupations that a student may engage in during working life in future. Career trends also refers to a particular direction or inclination that a person has enrolled for professional training. People's work-related needs and preferences evolve and change continuously throughout life. The essence of who the student is will revolve around what the student wants to do with their lifelong career. So we are saying career choice focuses on enabling people to develop the skills to make good decisions about their working lives and maximize their contribution to the community in which they live. So we are saying career is very, very important, and students in their high school life, they need to, they have difficulties. They have difficulties making decisions on what to do with their future. So because of that, we are saying there are things that need to be done so that by the time a student goes through the 4 years of high school, he is able to know what influences him to do the course that he wants to do. We have the statement of the problem. Choosing a career is difficult, and the students are unable to express their career choices. As students join college, there is no link between the career trends they make while in high school and what they eventually pursue in the colleges. This is a result of students not appropriately guided on issues of career. Regardless of a great effort put forth by family, school, government, and also non-government agencies, young people encounter difficulties in transition from the world of school to that of work. Many students that attend to college in Imenti North sub-county may lack or get inadequate career guidance, which may influence their career trends. So students want to do courses perceived to be marketable and lead to well-paying jobs. So in that case, we are saying that they want that big job with good money, without knowing that there are factors that will influence them. The students who make inappropriate career may drop or change the trends in course of their training. That is why we find encouraging justice, students sometimes in law. They take certain courses, but after some time they come back to the dean and they want to change because they took that which is not in line with their personality, possibly. Other students may pursue the course to the end, graduate, and enter the job market, but perform poorly in the job or leave the job altogether due to career dissatisfaction. These are some of the students who might have gotten into the job market or into a career because of the salary, maybe the big salary that is associated with that career. Therefore, it is for this reason that this study sought to determine personal related factors that influence career trends among students in public tertiary colleges in Imenti North Sub-County. We have the objective of the study. The objective of the study was to determine personal related factors that influence career trends among students in public tertiary colleges. The question, the research question is, what personal related factors influence career trends among students in public tertiary colleges in Imenti North Sub-County? Literature review, we're asking ourselves the factors, which are the factors that influence a student leaving high school in making his choice. What trends do they follow? We realize we have 3 areas to look at. Personal interest, one of them is personal interest in the field. We are asking ourselves, what the student want to do, does it have anything to do with his interest? So we are saying people should look at their interest when they are choosing their career. Or in other words, they are better. They should look at our personal interest when we choose careers because people do better on what interests them. Some students grow up knowing what they want in life and go an extra mile to reach their dream. And also people are attracted to careers that suit their interest. A large number of students today are more concerned with the amount of money they can earn. However, there are a few students who pursue their dream careers. Then the other factor, apart from the interest, is the academic ability and aptitude. We are asking ourselves, this career that the student wants to do, is he able to cope up with those subjects? Maybe you want to do a career in the science area, mathematics area. Is he able to do mathematics? Is he good in physics and chemistry? So we are saying many students choose their career based on academic ability. However, some students do not have the ability or the work habits to succeed in some careers that may require more study than other fields. Then the third one is the personality type of a person. We are saying that no person is exactly like the other. Even if we are dealing with identical twins, people differ in certain aspects. For example, according to the Orange theory, there are 6 personality types, and we realize that in those personality type, people are most productive, and there is a good fit between them and their personality and their and their career trends. That is, if a person is able to align himself and out of his personality chooses a career that he fits. We have 6 personality types. We have the realistic type, investigative, we have the social personality type, artistic personality type, enterprising, and also the conventional personality type. We have the methodology. The study adopted descriptive survey research. The researcher used proportionate random sampling to select students from 4 tertiary colleges. Proportionate sample was achieved by multiplying the total number of students in an institution over the total population by the total sample. Purposive sampling was used to select 4 principals and 4 career teachers. And the total sample of the study was 352. Kaduri and Paul Stable 1993 indicates that if the sample size indicate that a sample size from a population of 3,000 332 is 352 respondents. This one is shown in this table. The researcher visited Meru Technical Institute. The total number of students there were 1,300. Then the sample size was 119. The same was done with Meru Technical. Meru Teachers Training College. We have that number there, 1080. The sample is 99. Then the Kenya Medical Training College in Meru, 831 students, and the sample was 77 students. Kabone Technical Institute was 621, and the sample was 57. So from this, according to Kaduri and Post, when you have this population, that is the sample that was given. Also, there's a summary of the sample population from the 4 institutions. There were 4 principals and distributed to 4 career teachers and to 352 students in the tertiary colleges. An interview schedule and the questionnaires administered to career teachers were successfully completed, while 324 questionnaires were distributed to students who were returned. The impression return rate can be attributed to the fact that the researcher administered the questionnaires to the respondent and collected immediately. The student questionnaire yielded a reliability coefficient of 0.825, and the career teachers questionnaire yielded a reliability coefficient of 0.785, which means that the internal content of item in the study was good and therefore was considered acceptable for research purposes. The location of the study was in the 4 public so there is the researcher and full interest in it, and also there was good rapport between the career path. And also, according to the findings of the study, schools should cultivate a conducive working environment for career guidance. Our schools have great influence on our students' career trends. This is because most of the high
very much, Madam Susan, for that good presentation. It has been related to what makes a runner or the students pick a career direction. And I want to believe it has been an addition to our knowledge repository. Let me now welcome
Boris on by saying thank you, Patrick. And another response or comment, question from Patrick and Auntie again to the presenter. I think a good presentation there, Joseph. I'm wondering whether the Afrocentric teaching methodology teaching. I wish to respond